Hi, this is Christine. I just wanted to put up another video to kind of go over some things that have come to light over the past few days after doing, just searching through a lot of other people's videos, gathering intelligence about, this gang stalking, targeted individual, mind control program that I know that I am a part of, and apparently there are many other people who have fallen under this sick demonic program as well. And I want to wish all you mothers out there a happy Mother's Day. And I wanted to thank you all, those that are putting up videos. Thank you for being so brave to get your stories out there, to share information, because really you never know if somebody's idea might benefit another person, and just to help each other try to minimize those attacks and the effects of living in this nightmare that we're in, because it literally is a living nightmare. And I wanted to touch on how I may have been selected for this hideous program, and I wanted to, not that that really is neither here nor there, but hey, I'm just trying to get my head around all of this and why I was even targeted to be a targeted individual. It's just kind of a benefit to me and maybe others out there who are listening as to why this would even happen, because there's so many other people in this world. What is it, 7 billion people? And I mean, it's like, and I think everybody's kind of wondering, why me? I do believe that 90% of this is a spiritual warfare. I do believe that that is in fact the case. However, I do know that there's also a very unlimited resource, unlimited funds program out there as well that is also playing a role in all of this. And the technology that we now know, the cutting edge technology that we have been exposed to, let me tell you, what is happening behind the scenes is like 100 years more advanced than what we could even begin to imagine. So maybe that's part of, and I heard a gentleman talk about this actually, that may very well be just a part of the program itself, is to test out this type of weaponry, this electronic harassment weaponry and mind control weaponry on unsuspecting civilians. It is no secret that the military-industrial complex, the CIA, FBI, I don't know where it is in the chain once again, but they have they've done this many times over. They have given people syphilis, they have developed different cancers and just infected a whole population with cancer, and and all this stuff actually came to light decades later, after these people were dead and gone or just so sick. And anyway, so my point being is that this kind of evil, demonic, wicked stuff that has taken place in the past exists now. So you think we live in some civilized society? Think again, because it is going on, it is happening, and it is happening to everyday United States citizens, and certainly also it is a global program as well. And so I wanted to let you all know that I am from German descent. So I don't know if that plays a part of it, but I am of German descent, as well as I had joined the military. I had joined the Army at the age of 41, and I wasn't able to muster through. I was discharged during the advanced individualized training process, and it was kind of, they discharged me with an uncharacterized discharge, which was a wonderful thing for me, because it was as if it never happened. And that I was thankful for that, because I don't want anything on my employment record to reflect otherwise. That would be, that would really prevent me from ever being able to find a job if I had some kind of dishonorable discharge. But it was just the fact that I was 41, basically. I mean, I was just, physically, mentally, and emotionally just not able to make it through and thrive. So I'm just letting those two things out there, just to ponder. I don't know if maybe that's how this all came about, as me becoming a targeted individual. But I can tell you that, once I did leave the military, I was seeking psychiatric medications. I had anxiety. None of this is attributed to the military at all. This was just in general, these were the feelings that I was going through with, having some anxiety, also ADHD. I was exhibiting symptoms of that as well. And so I sought psychiatric help, and I did get on some medications. Well, after quite a few years of abusing those medications, as well as adding additional meds on top of that, street drugs and things, and alcohol, and I realized that I was really missing something, that all of these things that I was poisoning my body with was because I was trying to fill the void of not having Jesus in my life, of not giving a second thought to God and what my real purpose is to be on this earth, and that is for His pleasure. And I missed it. And it took 44 years for me to actually discover my true purpose in life. And I'm still, working through that. However, I do know that, I am here to serve the true living God, and to be, a vessel for His Spirit to dwell within me. And, it's interesting again to understand now, and looking back, that as long as you're living a life of sin, as long as you are, drinking and drugging, and you're doing what you do, having, promiscuous sex and stuff like that, you're not a target, and if you are, you don't realize it. But I never ever felt for a moment, with all the stuff that I was doing in my life after I left the military 9 years ago, that I never felt as if I was a targeted individual, or if I was being watched, or so I think, I was on the radar at that point. But it wasn't until I turned my life over to Jesus that I went into rehab. I accepted Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, and I believe that those people involved could see what I was doing, because they were paying attention to what I was doing. And so after I was saved, all I wanted was Jesus. I wanted to let the world know that I loved Jesus, and that He was my Lord and Savior and Master. And so I was seeking out churches. I couldn't read the Bible fast enough. I mean, it was like bread and water to me. And these things were downloaded into, like, this just didn't come from me. What? Are you kidding? So they were noticing these things. They're like, oh, she's cleaning up her life. Okay, she's found Jesus. Okay, so this is a perfect target now, because she's onto something that we don't want her to have. So that's when I began to notice the helicopters flying over on a regular basis, the electronic harassment, in fact, I can feel it right now. Like my body gets real hot. I can feel electricity going through my body. It causes all kinds of things, which I have experienced. It caused me to lose a really good job, in fact, too, because I was so sick and so weak and so fatigued that I was not able to attend an annual conference that was a requirement to keep my job. But that's how sick I was, because I would have done anything to keep a job. And yeah, but it caused